Hey Lawn Care Nation, in this video I'm going to do a unboxing and first impressions of the Milwaukee M18 Fuel chainsaw kit coming up. So let's start with a little bit of backstory first. Why would I want to use a electric battery powered chainsaw in my lawn care business? Well, over the course of the past 13 years in my lawn care business, I do predominantly lawn care, but from time to time I found the occasional need, maybe 2 or 3 times a season, where I would need a chainsaw to cut some larger branches that maybe hand pruners wouldn't be able to do, or to just cut debris down for easier disposal. Now, through the course of the past 13 years, I've been using a Stihl MS-170 chainsaw. I have it right here. I'll show you guys. So this is Stihl's very entry-level chainsaw. It's their smallest unit that they make, really intended for residential use, but just has just enough power to get the job done, and is not intended for professional or everyday use. So this chainsaw, as you can see, has served me quite well. So why would I want to go to the battery system? Well, the problem with that Stihl chainsaw is because I'm only using it occasionally and it is gas operated, the gas tends to gum up the carbs when it's sitting for a long period of time, as I use it. So when I go to use it, I'll find that in most cases it takes me longer to get the chainsaw started again than it does for the actual cutting that I need to get done. So that's where I thought a battery-operated chainsaw would be the perfect complement to my business and to any lawn care business that just needs a chainsaw for that occasional use. 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 times a year at the most, where you're going to have it sitting for long periods of time. Now, that's not to say that this can't handle more, more use on a regular basis, but in my case scenario, it's the perfect machine for that occasional use because you don't have to worry about gas-operated carburetors gumming up from sitting in the corner of your garage from months between uses. So with this, you pop in a battery and you're good to go right away. There's no dealing with trying to, get it started after sitting for a long time. The other nice thing about, of course, the M18 fuel system that I really like is, of course, that those batteries are not proprietary to these specific machines. What that means is that I can then, invest in other Milwaukee tools and use those same batteries that I use, on a chainsaw. I can use that in their drill, or in an impact wrench, or in the hedge trimmer behind me, or in the string trimmer that I also have. And that way, those batteries, that investment, in this chainsaw kit with that 12 amp hour battery isn't going to waste because it's only being used in this particular machine. In between those, months where I'm not using the chainsaw, I can still be utilizing that battery in other Milwaukee tools. Okay, so according to the packaging here, this chainsaw has enough power to cut through hardwoods. It says that it's 20% faster cuts than a similar gas chainsaw. And that the battery, the new 12 amp hour battery that's included in this particular kit, has enough juice to last 150 cuts per charge, and they're rating that on cutting 150 cuts on 6-inch by 6-inch cedar posts, I guess. So that's how they came about that rating. It features the Power State brushless motor, and of course has the RedLink Plus intelligence technology built into the charger, and features a 3-year warranty. Okay, so let's open it up and see what's included in the box. Looks like the chainsaw itself. So it looks like a one of their standard rapid chargers that does the M18 style batteries as well as the M12 style batteries on the other side. This is the new M18 12 amp hour battery. So let's take a look at that. So there is the new 12 amp hour battery. I have a 9 amp hour battery right here that we can compare. I thought this was a big battery before, but this one is just sort of takes the cake here. You can see the size of it there, quite a bit larger, quite a bit heavier, a bit higher profile. Put them side by side. You can see the new 12 amp hour battery is much larger. And we'll get to the chainsaw now. More packaging. And the chainsaw itself. So it looks like it's got a chain brake there. It's got your fill there for your chain oil and a nice little sight window so you can see how much chain oil you have in there. It comes with a bar and chain guard. Like I mentioned, this is a 16-inch bar, and from what I've read, it's manufactured for Milwaukee by the Oregon company, which is very popular in chainsaw and outdoor products, as well as the chain there. It's got some nice metal teeth there on the inside, usually a feature for higher end chainsaws. Usually the lower end gas chainsaws will have these in plastic. So that's nice to see that it's got the metal teeth there. And this is manually adjusting chain for tension there. Let's pop the battery in. So you can see it's got some good weight to it. The nice thing about Milwaukee products that I found out right away when I was using the string trimmer is just the quality of how they're made. That really took me by surprise the first time with my first experience with Milwaukee with that string trimmer, and it continued through the hedge trimmer, and now it's really not a surprise to me opening this to see the same quality through that. It's got a thumb lock on this side so that you can lock the trigger in place and not have an accidental startup, of course, as well as having the blade brake. Okay, so I've got the new 12 amp hour battery sufficiently charged. I got about 3/4 of a charge on there. That should be enough to do a few cuts and see how this thing operates. The next step is to put some bar oil in it. It doesn't come with any, so make sure that you do top it off with some bar oil before you make any cuts with it. So I'm going to be using some of this Oregon bar oil that I normally use in my steel chainsaw. So just flip it on its side here. Open up the cap. And we'll put some bar oil in. So you can see with that sight window when you have your oil in there. Very easy to tell how much bar oil you have in there. So let's take it outside and do a cut with it. I've got an old 4x4 fence post that I can cut down and just do some initial cuts and get some thoughts on how it actually cuts. Okay, so initial thoughts on the Milwaukee M18 chainsaw kit. Well, as you can see from my initial cutting there of that 4x4 cedar fence post, it had no issues and did not struggle at all with cutting that post. Went through it like butter, and essentially what I'd expect from it based on my experience with the other Milwaukee tools that I've been using previous. So far so good. I'm really looking forward to using this out in the field as jobs come along. I will keep you guys posted as to my progress, as I do always, with long-term review videos to come in the future on how it's held up and how I've been able to utilize it in my own lawn care business. Overall build quality is as expected as well. Really solid device. The battery life, we'll have to put that to the test and see how much more of a difference that 12 amp hour battery makes. I'll also be testing this battery in the hedge trimmer and as well as the string trimmer kit. So stay tuned for videos on that to come in the future. So if you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you've been thinking about adding Milwaukee's M18 Fuel chainsaw kit to your lawn care business, and what other battery operated tools you currently or are planning to use for your lawn care business. So that's it for this one, guys. Here's to wishing you all overwhelming success and freedom in your lawn care business. Bye for now.